Hello, everyone. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Um, Instead of me playing through the game on my quest, I'm just going to show it to you. It was not the best game, but it had some instructive moments. Um, so let's see what happened. I played against someone rated just under 1400, and after my opponent played d4, um, um, after my opponent played d4, I decide to try to experiment and play pawn g6, e3, bishop g7, just fianchettoing. He developed, I challenge the center. If he takes, I get an open diagonal for my bishop, and I can do something over here. Maybe just queen here is a thing. Maybe I can pick it up later. So he plays a very good move. He blocks off my bishop. I support my pawn because now if I did not, his threat is actually to take because I'm being blocked. It's going to be more difficult for me to pick this up. So I decided to support this to bring my bishop here. He got ready to castle. I developed. He castled. I castled. He plays h3. It's a semi-waiting move. I developed my bishop. He developed his knight, and I need to decide what ruby to spawn. I can play d6 or d5. d5 controls the center, but it does give up control over this square. It also blocks the bishop. So I decide to play d6. And he's just simply improving his position. I brought my knight into the game, nothing special here. And he played b3 to get this bishop into the game. I brought my rook on c8 because I want this line to become open. And he plays a4, which is a good move. He wants to play a5 and try to activate this rook. And I don't usually... One of the ways to play against this is pawn a6, with the point that after a5 I can play b5. But the problem here is my pawn is just weak, and I can't do something like knight here because he can just take, and my bishop is attached to this pawn. So I decided to take, because I had a wrong idea that I could play knight c5, which I did, thinking that I could play knight here. But there are many ways to deal with this, and one of the ways is what he did. He just brought in his bishop, and okay, knight here just does nothing, and he'll just attack it, and it's very hard for me to come up with a plan. So I played here, which is actually not such a great move. It weakens this pawn. He can do something like this. But he just decided to take. I took back. He controls the center. I dropped back. And he attacks my pawn, which became weak when I played this fix. And here I decided to go a little bit crazy. Well, let's just show you what's happening and what I should do. The better move is to target this pawn right away, by the way, according to the computer. I should just develop my knight, and the point behind developing my knight is I defend this pawn. But I played here because I was under the wrong impression that if he took with the rook, then I could fork, which is nice. If he takes here, which is what he did, I have this in-between move, and I'm doing quite well. Because he has an isolated pawn, and I have a pretty good bishop. But I was wrong. Well, I'm right about this, but I will be wrong later. So I took, he took, which makes sense. Now my rook is attacked, and here I miscalculated. I thought that this was good, because it wins a pawn. But as you will see, it does not. The best move is to just save my rook. And so you can see computer says I should play here. The problem with what I did is, well, he can just take here, and let me explain why. Okay, so If he takes, I take here. And for now, it looks like I'm up a pawn. However, he has bishop a3. And bishop a3 attacks this bishop, it also attacks this rook. So if I just save my rook, I lose this guy. Or even, let's say, he might have something even better here. Let's pretend rook e8. Rook e8. He can throw this in first because it also attacks this pawn. So I cannot do rook e8. And the logic is if I, let's say, take here, he's going to take my rook. And the problem is I'm just down material. So that's not very good. And if, according to the computer, this is the best move. I'm just losing material here, which is not very good. I missed that. I did not calculate far enough. So, thankfully, he played here instead of taking me. And I took, which is okay. Computer says it's zeros. And the reason I took is I missed something. Because he took here, and the problem I have is I cannot save my bishop because he has this move. If I save my bishop here, he can also take. So that's a little bit of an issue. If I take his bishop, he can take my rook, and then he's just up in exchange. So I play knight e5, and here he rushed. He made a mistake, as you will see by how much time expires. He only spent 3 seconds here, and this is a blunder. It looks like a good move, because if I take, I get checkmated. But the important lesson here is he did not look at his opponent's forcing moves. He only assumed that if he takes, I would take back. And he missed this check. And the problem is now, I take this with check, and he has no time to take here, and I'm just winning. And he resigned after this. So this was probably not the best move played by me. Some important calculation errors, but it's still instructive because you see the kind of mistakes which people are likely to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and more material will come out shortly. Thank you.